Welcome to the Jedi Ranger. I'm JohnBerry555, and I'm continuing my reviews of Star Trek Strange New Worlds Season 3 with Episode 2, Wedding Bell Blues. So, after 3 months, the Enterprise is being repaired and nearly done being repaired from the battle with the Gorn. It's nearly for the centennial of the founding of the Federation, and Nurse Chapel is coming back with Roger Colby. So that's going to be a bit awkward for Spock, who's asked Lon to teach him to dance so that way hopefully he can try to rekindle his relationship with Christine. Yeah, that's not going to happen because Christine and Colby, or I should say Roger, are now together. Yeah, but don't worry, we got some shenanigans to go on in this episode. And I should actually mention, the first indication that there's going to be shenanigans occurs when beaming Christine and Roger Colby onto the Enterprise, because Scotty notices, he notices some kind of a sensor ghost. It's nothing at first, but as the episode goes on, we eventually realizes, we the audience eventually realize there's something else going on. And yes, the first clear indication that something is going on is when Spock goes to the bar and gets a drink, and he describes the bartender as Vulcan. But the camera makes it clear to us that while for a split second the bartender had pointy ears, he never did afterwards. And later on, that same bartender, also now he's a wedding planner and is an Andorian, even though he still looks human. Yeah, something's a bit going on. And the only person at first who realizes there's something off is Roger Colby. Eventually, Spock realizes as well after he punches Colby. And he realizes that strong emotions is what triggers basically people to remember the actual reality. Love and anger. Yeah, those are pretty strong emotions. I should also mention during all this, Ortegas' brother is on the ship, and he and Uhura start flirting with each other. And I think partially it's because they know it annoys Erica. I think that's part of the reason why. But I kind of like the idea of some chemistry going on. I wanted to go and show more of that going forward. But that's besides the point. The main thing is this mysterious wedding planner basically is paying dress up with the Enterprise and is making Spock and Christine get married. But it's eventually, like I said, Spock snaps out of it. Colby realizes it instantly, probably because of his love for Christine. And they first fail to get Sam Cooke to snap out of it by both telling him the truth and by trying to goad him into punching Spock. Didn't work. But during the actual wedding scene, Spock was basically able to invoke the emotion of love in Christine in such a way that allows Christine to snap out of it. Now, what kind of love Christine was feeling in that scene is, I think, open-ended. Is it love for Spock, love for Colby, love for both of them, perchance? No, it's hard to say, and I think it was deliberately left vague. My theory is Spock chose his words carefully in order for Christine to remember her love of Colby to snap her out of it, knowing that her love for him would not snap her out of it, because if it was, it would have already. Very logically, that's how he would have thought about it. Because remember, he is a Vulcan and still ruled by logic, despite this is a younger Spock who still hasn't gotten a full handle on his emotions yet. And eventually, the wedding planner's father, who I'm pretty sure is voiced by John Delancey, who, played Q, is like, yeah, you're done playing, and all that. Yeah, behind the scenes information reveals the wedding planner is Trelane, and this episode retcons his father to be Q, John Delaney's Q. And I don't know how I feel about that. Now, some things I'm fine with for this about, some things I'm not. I'm fine with it being Trelane because we can't, if Trelane is a Q like many of us Star Trek fans, us Trekkies have theorized, then we can't be thinking linearly. This could be after the events of the original series, which is perfectly fine. But being Q, I just don't know. Mainly because Q's episodes in Voyager establishes that Q Jr. is his first child. Now, yes, things don't have to be linear and all that, but that Q having another child besides Q Jr. is a thing I have a problem with, because one, he can't have had one before, and that's fine because non-linear and all that, but even afterwards, I just don't know. But I guess he could have had a child at some point, a second child at some point between the time of the original his time between Voyager and the Picard series, I guess. But also at the same time, in the original series, Trelane's father describes he did not know how fragile humans were, and if it was Q, he would have known that. And that's the only problem I have with this. But at the same time, because, Trelane makes reference to the old homeworld, which is something that we never really got a hint of before, makes it feel like this is way earlier in the Q's timeline, and that also, again, I can't be thinking linearly, but I can't help but think linearly. So, Trelane part, fine, that I can understand non-linearly. The Q part, I can't wrap my head around it linearly or non-linearly. I don't know, but honestly, I do like the idea that Trelane is a Q, and I do support that notion. It's just, did we have to have it be John Delaney's Q to be Trelane's father? That's my only complaint. It could have been any other Q. Could have been Q2. Could have been Quinn. I think that might have been even more interesting. But alas, they did not go that. But you know what? For all we know, there could be a second Q who sounds just like John Delaney's Q. I don't know. I'm just making up stuff by now to try to justify it. But also, there's this weird scene where I think Scotty says, "Oh, I don't drink." Yes, you do. He gets 2 pints of Guinness by the end of the episode. Specifically Guinness. But at the same time, I love the idea that he didn't drink before, and now he's drinking, and he's going to be drinking a lot. I do kind of like that, but that was certainly in the background. But the big thing about this episode is that, more than anything, I think it's setting up a future episode where Erica Ortegas will finally get some character development. And all because of Zagorn. La'an has already confronted her trauma with Zagorn, and she feels that she has resolved it, and I think she has. But Ortegas has not. She got some brand new trauma regarding Zagorn specifically, and it's getting to her, and she needs some help. I think La'an will be able to help her, but if she closes herself off, that's not going to be good. But regardless of whether it's going to be good for her character or not, looks like we're finally going to get some proper character development for her besides I fly the ship. But that's pretty much all I have to say. I would love to hear your thoughts on this episode in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching my video. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to give this video a like and share. Also, consider subscribing to my channel to stay up to date on all my latest content. In the meantime, thank you for watching, and as always, have a good day, a good night, wherever you are. May the Force be with you, always.